Otafest listeners, and welcome to the newest episode of your Otafest podcast. I'm Jake.
I'm Alfred.
Featuring Angelo.
And featuring Neofest as well, ooh.
Dio. It was her. Dio.
Oh,
Oh no, Dio.
Do you say ooh or oh?
Both. But ooh is better.
Ooh, okay. News and announcements. Are you into anime?
Fuck you all. News and announcements.
Are you into anime fighting games? Join Otafest at Microsoft Chinook in launching Jump Force, a multi-universe fighting game comprised of characters from across Shonen Jump's roster, from Naruto to Dragon Ball to One Piece to Yu-Gi-Oh to Yu Yu Hakusho.
Is Yu-Gi-Oh in there?
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh's in there.
Yeah.
But can I be Bobobo? Can I kill people with my nose hairs?
That is the correct question to ask. Yes.
I'm pretty sure you can, actually.
I
Really?
think you can,
Is he in
yeah.
that game?
I think
Oh,
he's
damn.
in that game. Yeah.
Sold.
Bobobo was huge in Shonen Jump.
And there's JoJo in there as well, right? Yes, there's JoJo in Jump Force.
Or
Yeah.
as they say in Spanish, yo-yo.
Wow.
Oh,
I actually, I only brought that up because like it just reminded me
ho-ho.
for some
I don't
reason
know.
of
It'd be ho-ho.
I had a coworker who was from Mexico, and he would always be like, "Hey, yeah," because my name is Jay.
Oh my god. That's
So he'd always call me
adorable.
yeah, and I was just like,
That's amazing.
"Oh, he's always happy when he sees me." Yeah,
That's horrible.
it was great. Anyways,
if Yu Yu Hakusho and Yugi Yami were on the same team, would it be Yu-Gi-Oh?
you gish a show.
Oh, Yu Giha show.
Anyways,
Wow,
Come
this
play
is the quality.
come play Jump
podcast.
Force.
Yeah,
Come play Jump Force at the next Microsoft event.
Yes.
Remember to follow Otafest via Facebook or check out otafest.com for all of our 2019 announcements, guests, local events, and more can be found there. We actually have a guest announcement today on episode release, but the podcast releases earlier than the announcement.
You're gonna like it.
You're gonna like it.
You'll love it.
I don't know. Should I wait till Tuesday or like after? I can say
release?
it.
No, like,
Okay,
it's
let's
fine.
not say
They'll
it.
find
All
out.
right.
They'll find out.
They'll find out. Okay. Anyways, buy your 2019 tickets online today and save some money, or don't. But seriously, why the heck not? Go to otafest.com/tickets. Tickets. Okay.
Get the ticket, bread,
Stuff.
cracker. Wait.
Eat
man.
that yeast for
Whoa.
yourself.
So something happened
What?
that I never expected to happen.
What happened?
The game company released the third game in a popular trilogy.
Yes. So we talked about this last
Praise
podcast.
Gaben.
But we were talking about like the pre-release and people starting to get into it. Now that we can kind of look at, I guess, the first week of how Kingdom Hearts 3
Okay.
released.
So I'm not
Spoilers.
I'm not a fan, but I can even appreciate like the significance of it, because when I installed the game for Sarah so she can come home and play it right away.
Yeah, she was all about. She like called you on Twitter being like, "Oh, best husband," and then you liked the tweet that she praised you in, and I was
Yeah.
like, "This is vanity."
I saw that and it was hilarious.
Well, no,
Cute.
Vanity.
I just appreciated the fact that
she would.
she would
Blast to the
appreciate
world.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
she would appreciate that,
vanity.
because I was
Alfred
like,
is proper husband material.
yeah, because I was
Indeed.
like, I just want to save her some time, because it's going to take like 10 hours to download this. It's like
big
26 gigs or something, but
That's not big. That's
Yeah.
not big.
Yeah.
It's not big, but the biggest thing is that once you install the base game, you have to
26
update.
gigs isn't big. What the fuck?
26 gigs is very
No,
big.
like you have to.
especially
it's
on
that you have
Sony's.
to update
Huge, dude.
because
Yeah.
okay, so I installed on release night, which basically what they did to prevent leaks or anything of the game coming out early is they like released the game, and then the actual material that you needed to actually run the game was released in a patch at midnight.
That's hilarious.
So like you download all the all the assets are on the disc, but then you have to download the engine or something. But
Yeah,
anyways,
exactly,
yeah.
through the game or through the store.
But yeah,
uh,
it's about 26 gigs. I did install it for her. She came home, she played it, but it was like I had to like install the game, right? And I saw it coming into the PS4. It was just like the day
It's
is here.
real.
It's here. It's real. It's here.
The day we thought would never come.
Is Kingdom Hearts 3 our generation's Final Fantasy 7?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay, so
Yet.
just it's been a week. Everyone, or at least like 2 weeks now. Everyone's almost finished, right? Most people are finished, and it's like
No spoilers.
I'm not spoiling anything, but the reaction
Kyrie
so
dies.
far seems to be the reaction so far seems to be like, hey, it's just another Kingdom Hearts game. I don't know what to feel, right? But like, because I didn't see a lot of people like going on Twitter going like, oh my god, the ending though, right?
How
That's true.
polished is the game? Like, I know that a lot of older existing mechanics, such as like, I don't know, building stuff, for example, it's there, but I've heard like it has been improved.
I have never played Kingdom Hearts.
Me neither.
Bring back the pixel art and the deck of cards mechanic from Chain of Memories.
No, sir, no. Listen, no.
That is the game mechanic that I want in the game.
No, sir.
Okay, so I don't know how to describe this, but graphically, it's way better than the other ones, right?
But that's not
hard to do because they're all cartoony and stuff. That's expected,
been
right?
freaking over a decade.
Yeah.
How could they not make it look better?
I will say from my experience as someone who has played most of the games in the series, I've played all the main series games, not all of the extra stuff, but like I have an understanding of what's going on in the series.
Yeah,
they took a lot of mechanics that have been either invented in other Kingdom Hearts entries and like brought them back. So, like flow motion is a thing that comes back, and all of it fits together in a way that feels somewhat seamless. And feels like
really,
it felt to me a lot less clunkier than other Kingdom Hearts games.
That's interesting because me watching the game being played, it makes it look like it's a PS2 era game, but with PS4 graphics, right?
Visually, it is kind of weird. There is like a couple of gameplay mechanics that they've added that are new that. If you play the game enough, you start to figure out how to like integrate it so that your combos become really seamless and fun. But like, I'm just gonna say it: the new attraction feature is busted. It's really strong. So
it's
like,
broken.
It's really broken to the point that like you just press triangle and you win the fight.
Yeah, I don't know. I see a ton of weird camera problems, and I see
there are camera issues
like
for sure.
Janky PS2 era like animation.
Do you think this game
stuff.
would have benefited by another like month or anything like that?
No, of course not.
It's not
no,
really.
but I mean like this is JRPGs we're talking about, right? Like where it's like
the problem with games once you're getting into the decade of development, things in game development have changed. Like four times in that amount of time.
See, I don't know if it's actually been in development for a decade, right? Because
it might not have been.
Yeah, because it could have just been like
like
a typical 4-year development process, right? But it was like but then again, 4 years is a lot of time for game development. So
the people who made it have been thinking about this game for a long time. Chances are the people who made this game when it was released, those people were in freaking like grade school.
Yeah, that's
So-
true.
The last time the major entry came out.
Yeah.
Something I want to bring up because I brought it up last time, I guess, and this was like during the pre-release. There were already a few Metacritic scores and stuff like that, and at the time, I believe it was about an 87, and now it's down to an 85 based on 60 critics.
That's still really
it's
good.
An 8.2 user score.
That's still really good.
Yeah, that's still
That
pretty
sounds
good.
pretty solid.
So I think,
But I didn't expect it to go down. I actually expected to stay the same or go up.
so I think if you're a fan, and actually somehow can understand the story or whatever,
No one understands the story.
I think the biggest difference from Kingdom Hearts 3 compared to other games is like there was stuff that happened in between Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2 that if you are someone who just played Kingdom Hearts 1 and you pick up Kingdom Hearts 2, you can kind of fill in the gaps and figure out what's going on and still enjoy the game from a story perspective.
But you can't do that with 3.
But there is so much stuff that happens
It's
between
too much
2 and
baggage.
3.
It's too much
that,
baggage,
like, the way that Square chose to deal with it is not only do they info dump you during the game in ways that feel very awkward, but it even like gives you a pre-package of like 7 cutscenes at the beginning of the game that you can optionally watch to
good.
info dump.
Okay.
that's kind of like Metal Gear Solid
I was
4.
just gonna say.
That's what they did with Metal Gear Solid 4, where they were like, every time a character pops up, you can hit the flashback button and it'll remind you of where that character came from. Or
Yeah.
something.
I'm still on Metacritic. I'm still looking at just like general reviews. My favorite one so far is that there's a user who gave it a 0. Toy Story World is a flop. No dual audio, no Portuguese subs. 10 years for this? Why,
bad.
Square? Chrono Teddy.
Well,
I don't think that was their primary concern.
No, I don't think so.
But yeah, like I think if you're a fan, you're depending on how big of a fan you are, right? You're going to be satisfied anyways because it's still it's more of the same. First of all, but it's not ground shattering, right? And I think a lot of fans didn't expect it to be, right, because of all the spin-offs. So
yeah, exactly. There's just there's so much going on in that series that like.
And if you're a casual fan, you're just like, oh, I've never played one before. I go in and it's like, oh,
you're gonna be very confused. I think as a casual fan, it's a little bit harder to enjoy Decay H3, but it's still like a fun game to play.
Yeah,
all I know is that Jim Bob hates it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, he does.
He's got. These are named Jim Bob
essay.
3. Yeah, he gave it a 3, and it's like this review contains spoilers, and there's like
it's an essay.
It's an essay. Like it's got 5 paragraphs.
The moment you
of review,
I hate Metacritic sometimes for that. It's like
I think it's hilarious.
Just because you're on a review aggregator site doesn't mean that now you're suddenly a professional and you have to justify typing yourself an essay. Like,
yeah, but I mean, a critic does the same thing, but for money.
For money, and that's the difference here.
Gotta start somewhere.
I guess so.
Yeah,
but
I guess
man.
so, right?
He's just like you can support this amateur
doing
critic
it
on Patreon.
for obscure shutouts.
I'm a Metacritic
on small podcasts.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
First, and then later on, we'll do
we're
it for.
we're giving him way more.
Yeah, man.
We're
giving
paying
him
him
more
in
clout
so
than
much
he needs.
exposure, he'll be able to afford rent.
Can I pay for this in exposure dollars?
Oh god, the amount of exposure dollars I have. Oof.
Yeah, man.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
This is wish the exchange rate
it's
was a
that
little
clout
better.
coin, man.
that's my favorite stuff.
Okay, but yeah, I have been watching Sarah play it. She hasn't finished it yet. Dio hasn't finished it yet. I guess we'll have
I don't know if I know anyone who's finished it yet.
I've been kind of snails pacing my way. through the
Everyone
game,
that I know is an
exploring stuff.
adult with no free time.
So
That's
most
true.
of them
I
have
did
finished it.
also start a new job this week, so I've had
Yeah,
a lot
congratulations
less.
on that,
Thank
by the
you.
way.
Yeah.
I've had a lot less free time.
So I guess we'll have a verdict on Kingdom Hearts 3. It's just that it just seems like it's it has
People are enjoying it. That's
people
all that
are
really
enjoying it.
matters.
It's
The people who
there's nothing overtly negative. There's nothing overtly positive right now. It's just
I don't
like,
know. Jim Bob seems to disagree.
Well, yeah,
Jim
but
Bob
I mean,
sounds like he knows his stuff.
yeah,
It's
but
And the other guy who
you know,
thinks that Toy Story.
I like those Toy Story.
I just love the
world.
idea that like that's the one thing.
Well,
Well,
actually-
that's what makes it a zero.
well, Sarah's stuck in Big Hero 6 world right now, and she's
I
not a
haven't
fan
gotten there
right
yet.
now. Yeah, there's some janky like Sonic Adventure style
No.
like gameplay mechanics in there. It's just it looks janky.
All right,
let's move on.
Onwards.
Should we just stay on games for now?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Oh, something that's cool that's happening in Calgary.
Yeah.
New World Interactive, which is a Denver-based developer who has made the Insurgency titles, amongst other ones, is opening a studio in Calgary.
Yeah, that's cool. So
More game companies coming to Alberta. Let's get it.
yeah, Insurgency was fun. I liked it. I used to play like the Source Engine mod, not
Yeah.
Insurgency
I
2.
played that as well, and it's actually one of my favorite FPSs that never got too big.
Well,
But I'm okay
Sandstorm,
with that.
like people are really liking Sandstorm
Oh, I love
right now.
Sandstorm.
Yeah, so it's I don't know. If you don't know what it is, it's a super realistic shooter, like a squad
Yeah,
shooter
it's an
almost.
Yeah.
It's an army. It's an Afghanistan and Middle Eastern kind of based. Like all of the
Yeah.
scenarios and theaters that you're fighting in are in that. And but aside from the theme of it, like the gameplay was always really nice and tight. Like the gunplay and stuff. Like
Yeah,
that was great.
it's tactical, right? And the communication's key. It's a lot like pre Vegas Rainbow Six.
I
Right.
don't honestly know. I'll look it up a little bit, but I don't know what else New World makes. But what they're saying is they're sourcing in about 20 developers from their existing offices as it is, and flying them into Calgary to start their new lives, and then they're hoping to open up to like 50 and more
People who are
eventually.
local?
And I think starting up to locals. and
That's
stuff like
gonna
that,
be
so.
big.
Yeah, no, Insurgency's really interesting game though. It kind of brought back. Well, it's keeping the whole like tactical squad shooter thing alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have Rainbow Six, but that's more of like a modern take on it. Like when I mean like, like Rainbow Six 3, like Rogue Spear and stuff
Yeah.
like that, right? Or
That like classic style.
or like
tactical
original
shooter.
Arma or Operation Flashpoint, stuff like that. Yeah, so yeah, That's kind of cool that they come to Calgary.
Yeah, that's super exciting because, like, as far as I know,
We really don't have them.
there is a list out there.
There's
I think
BioWare.
Crackmax did a list of like all the game dev companies that are existing in the Alberta area,
Yeah.
but really the only sort of like big one, like big major developer, is BioWare in Edmonton.
I wonder how that
Kind of interesting for sure.
that Calgary zombie survival game is going.
Oh yeah, I
you hear about
forgot
that?
about that.
Yeah, no, there was a studio who, well, they were like an indie startup, right? But they wanted to make another like DayZ style zombie apocalypse game, but it's set within a city that's like procedurally generated.
Generated, yeah, that'd
Not
be
procedurally generated. It is Calgary. Like the city is Calgary. It's set in Calgary.
Well,
so.
then at least I have an advantage of knowing the terrain and maps.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
But yeah, no, that was announced like a year ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah, maybe
haven't
there's
heard
still
anything about it.
development, especially as like an indie studio. I wouldn't be surprised.
I just hope they're not in dev hell
Yeah,
that they release.
yeah, I
that's cool.
definitely hope they are able to make a release.
Speaking of kind of like squad shooters, but not exactly the same vein. There's a new
Yes,
Battle Royale game
we
out.
need to talk about this.
I want to play this so
Okay, so
bad.
Apex Legends is really good. I am very surprised. It is the one battle royale game I've actually sat down and enjoyed like everything about it, right? Because PUBG, the concept was great. I just couldn't take the unpolishedness of it, the
Yeah.
jankiness.
and
too
that's
raw.
really what
Yeah.
bothered a lot of people.
Fortnite.
PUBG had lag and no optimization. Fortnite had you could build walls.
Yeah.
This has squads. Well, I guess the other one said squads. This one has zip ties.
It's 3v.
Yeah.
Or
I think
Zip
this-
lines.
zip lines.
Yeah,
Zip
yeah.
lines.
You said
I
zip
think-
ties. I was like, yo.
Okay, so
I think this game, like from what I've seen of it, of other people playing and enjoying it, it has the things that people liked about PUBG or like about Fortnite,
Like battle royale
without
games, yeah.
with like the things that people like about the battle royale genre as a whole, without like all the downfalls, right? Like PUBG's downfall again is it's
Shitty
it's
net code
kinda
Shitty
really
runs
bad
at
netcode.
20 frames per second on a 2080 Ti.
it's way better now, but honestly,
the fact that you need a top of the line computer to just barely run PUBG
Yeah.
is really frustrating.
I find the game isn't focused enough, right? Because
Yeah.
you have like I find the game really shines in solo play. A lot of people really disagree with me. It's like, oh, you need like at least a 4-man squad. No, like what about like duos and stuff, right? Blah blah blah. So, I feel that PUBG kind of split its player base after a certain point.
Yeah, it definitely
Between
did.
third person and first person.
Yeah,
and
There's
yeah,
third
that's
person,
it.
there's
That's
third
it.
person,
Yeah,
squads,
forgot about
duos,
that. Yeah, yeah,
solos.
They almost like they tried to appeal to too many people.
Too many people. The RNG system
Yeah.
took forever to kind of hit a
Yeah,
place
but
where
then-
it wasn't
right.
annoying.
That's actually absolutely true. I've never thought about it that way, but you really need to. They should have had less modes. Like
Yeah.
people, I get that people wanted either third person or first person. Have one or the other.
The game doesn't feel
or have one set squad size or very few options, because the more options there are, the fewer people play that certain
Right.
type.
Yeah.
and they're going to complain about this
long
one versus
queue
the other
times
way,
Yeah.
and stuff.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
It ends up being really, I don't know, it's just unfocused, right?
Yeah.
PUBG, but like I still
They should have just made the game fucking work, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that too. It's like
at the
you make
beginning.
a buggy game,
Yeah.
you call it release,
Right.
people pay $50
From-
for it. And
so
it's
I guess
messy.
this is why we're kind of talking about these games first, is because they're
they're
you know,
the precursors for what
for
set the
Apex.
standard of what battle royale
so
games
and then
look like.
and then we're going to talk about how Apex basically just flips
Flips
all that.
everything on its head. Then you get to like Fortnite,
Fortnite, which
which
is-
is like it's like a cleaner, more polished PUBG, a more focused PUBG, but it's almost focused to the point where it's overcomplicated.
like
One of
building
the-
and
like,
stuff.
Like
yeah.
building
that's
is
weird.
building is one of the key parts of Fortnite,
right.
and
Still
I
haven't played.
still think it's one of the clunkiest. Like
Yeah.
I
can you
feel like
build- can you build
Fortnite.
traps in Fortnite.
Sort
Yes,
of, but it's like
kind
it's
of.
like how you would used to make like a pitfall trap or something in Minecraft, right?
I've said-
Where it's
like,
like you have to use 3 different components of a particular orientation or whatever.
I can kind of like I don't
Yeah.
necessarily hate that, but like to me, like I said this a little bit before the podcast because a little pre-discussion, and I was saying that like my favorite, like I still like PUBG. I haven't played Fortnite admittedly, but I don't think it's really the kind of scenario that I like. And I've played games similar to Apex. I think there was one called like Darwin or something like that.
Yeah.
Project Darwin, I think it was. And like there's like where you have skills or something like that, but I don't really want skills. I'm very much more of a raw FPS.
Okay, so-
player.
So
like,
this is where I get to what my
Yeah.
problem, or what a lot of people's problem with Fortnite is it gets to a point in Fortnite where it's not about who has better aim or better mechanics. It's just who's better at the building.
Yeah.
Which is frustrating for a lot of FPS players because it's like I'm not playing Minecraft Battle Royale. I'm playing
watching high level Fortnite play is kind of just like frustrating because it's not fun to watch either unless you actually play the game and know the construction system inside and out. And but I guess that's why it's appealing is like you're not really good at building, right? You can still do well in Fortnite, but it's just the game's not fun. It's like the map is too small and all that, right?
People disagree, I suppose. But
but see,
I think Fortnite is fun, but
Fortnite is free.
Fortnite is fun for me in a very casual, I want to play it with my friends while I have a couple drinks.
Fortnite is free, first of all, and secondly, it's got that building stuff, right? So anyone coming from like Minecraft Battle Royale, right, or like Minecraft like Hunger Games or whatever, is going to kind of blend right in, right? Like they have to learn like a new building system, but hey, they're used to using blocks and stuff to like create.
I think, again, like what I want out of a battle royale is essentially something that's similar to PUBG in mechanics, where you have like the movement mechanics and like you know the battle, the not referencing the game, but like the book or the series battle royale, like have that kind of setting, and then you have the gameplay mechanics or the fighting mechanics of Insurgency, which is really good because in Insurgency you can set trip mines. And I really liked having trip mines. I like having the idea that if you walk through a door without paying attention, you might get totally wrecked. And I think that's important as well in a setting like that.
So let's start to talk about Apex then.
But actual Apex,
Okay, so
why is Apex any good?
Okay, so first of all, it kind of came out of nowhere, right? It was the same day. That doesn't
make it good.
No, hold up. It was the same day announcement and launch, right?
I don't know where
the very first thing you'll notice about it is that like there's a distinct art style because it's set in the Titanfall universe, right? And it's very distinct from all other like sci-fi franchises. I guess it doesn't look like Halo, or instance, right? But then you go into the menus and all that, and it's like it's surprising because everything just works. It's right.
It's funny because it's like wow, what a standard.
No, there's something about battle royale games that just makes them kind of feel clunky and janky, and everything's tacked on.
But I think
Apex is the first
it's intentional somehow. In a small sense, I think it's intentional because it's that idea that you're not a trained battle hardened warrior. You're like some dude who just dropped onto an island and it's like survive.
Right. Yeah. But here,
I don't want to be a random dude. I want to be an awesome dude who can do all the cool shit and slide on the grass and throw the zip lines and go like scoot, scoot, scoot.
Yeah.
And then like and then just win.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's what I want to feel like. I don't want to be like, okay, where's my backpack?
Is this like the primary map?
Where's my backpack? Where's is
that it is.
How many maps does it have right now?
One currently.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it.
But okay, so immediately the polish is evident, right?
Yeah.
Like the loot boxes or whatever. Fine, there's a loot box store, but that's like the music is AAA quality, right? The animation,
the music would be important.
It very much it's benefiting from the Epic Games Fortnite effect.
The first time you drop and you hear the music going is holy crap. You realize that like every other game should have had music while dropping. Like this one's so epic when you drop. So the music and production value is really, really, really good. The voice acting is fantastic. And since it's a class-based shooter, everyone's got a personality, so you immediately feel a little more attached to the characters than just having a random skin, right? So
what I'm seeing the roster. I think right there's like 8
currently.
I can see. This is Overwatch.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Wait a minute.
The screenshot.
Are you saying that this is going to be the battle royale game that lays the groundwork for the future class-based best battle royale game ever?
Yeah. No.
Team Fortress 2 BR?
Oh my god.
It's either Overwatch or it's
okay, dude.
Like looking at this roster and looking exactly what you were telling me, there's a dude who looks exactly like Junkrat here.
Okay, here's the thing, okay?
Is that not Junkrat?
Here's the thing.
Is? Listen.
The fact is...
That's Reinhardt. He's got a shield. I'm triggering Alfred right now so hard. He's side-eyeing me so hard right now. Go ahead.
Okay, so yes, there's ultimates. Yes, there's class abilities, right? Yes, there's passives. Yes, I get that, okay?
Which is stuff I like, but keep going.
Okay, it's
I didn't say I didn't like it.
It's not Overwatch in the sense that those abilities are only useful when there's an encounter, right? Or there's and you can. It's like you're limited to one in your actual squad, so like composition matters. I get that. Okay, like it might feel like a class shooter at that point, but okay, the main difference is that
there's a robot with one eye.
The time to kills are universal throughout, right?
Yeah.
The and there's no guns that are like only particular to one person.
Yeah,
right?
every single hero can use every single weapon.
So if we're going to talk class-based shooter, this is a class-based shooter, then I guess Call of Duty is a class-based shooter, right? Because
Yeah.
like it's like a loadout. All you're doing is that you're picking a loadout, but there's a personality attached to it. It's not so much a class, right?
There's way too many character simulators. Yeah, I totally understand. I'm not saying it's not fun.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not a good game. I am saying that I feel like there has been very dubious character copying.
No, okay, this is kind of why I say it's brilliant that they actually waited and just dropped the game without announcing it, right?
Sure.
Because judging off your reaction now, right? People would have looked at the promo art and gone
and would have been like,
this
oh,
is
it's an Overwatch ripoff.
This is Fortnite,
Look, no,
right?
but here's the thing. Fun is still fun. I am not debating that.
No.
I am just saying I feel like they knew they had to. And that's just one of the reason they're blasting out there is only one of the reasons that they're.
I think they
That
saw
is
the
available.
No,
opportunity
and they straight up said,
to fill a niche.
yeah, they straight up said that we're working on a Battle Royale game, right? But we have unique ideas. But if we just announced we were working on a Battle Royale game set in the Titanfall universe that isn't Titanfall 3, and we're an EA studio, right?
People would be angry.
Yeah, people would have lost their minds. So, and they straight up said that, and for them to admit that is really awesome, right? It's great transparency for a developer, right? So, and I
I
think,
wonder how EA feels about that.
you know, and I think this kind of sparks a debate, right? It's like how much of all the screw ups over the past year concerning like EA Studios has been due to EA versus mismanagement, because the stories come out.
Say about EA% of them.
Terrible.
Ha!
Get out.
Ha!
You may leave.
It wasn't even a joke.
Apparently, some of the issues with Mass Effect Andromeda were because EA had not stepped in. Actually,
That's what feels bad.
Had not stepped in.
yeah, because there was too much infighting between BioWare Edmonton and BioWare Montreal. Apparently,
Oh,
So,
no-y.
Really?
yeah, that's what I
Okay.
heard. But yeah, okay. So the cool stuff about Apex has got this ping system, and it's like the greatest thing ever. I actually find. So you ping something and it's contextual. It's like you ping a gun and it's like, oh, this teammate needs that gun.
Specifically, what
Yeah.
you're trying to communicate, because you said something about it earlier, is essentially there's a lot of benefit in non-microphone
Yes.
communication.
It's very tightly designed for just three random people queuing in.
To play with each other and
play with
figure
each
out what's
other
going
and
on.
work as a squad, and it's perfect, right?
So when you pick up that shitty attachment in PUBG that you have no use for and you've come across 8 of them,
yeah,
And
it
you're like,
actually tells
"Boy."
you when your squad mate needs it.
yeah,
Well, that's good.
yeah. Or it's like if you ping something, right, like a piece of armor or whatever, if you need it, you can call dibs on it and it'll lock it to you. It's really cool. If you see an enemy, you'll be like, there's an enemy there, and everything's contextual, right? So if you click an enemy, it'll be like, there, that way.
Is it auto ping?
No.
Okay.
You
'Cause
have to do it.
I'm like, sometimes you still want to hold on to like
Yeah,
a
of course.
thing, and it's just like your friend who's picked up like their assault rifle, and then you found like a 6x scope, and you're like, I don't want to give this up yet. I want my own rifle.
No, but there's really cool stuff. So it's like you ping a supply crate, right? If it's been opened, your character will say, this is a supply crate, it's been opened. So
Okay.
now
so it can
immediately
tell you don't even want to go over there.
immediately the rest of the squad knows if it's open, it's probably been looted, which means there's people here, right?
Yeah.
It's they're so smart about the contextual pinging and like the voice
It
lines and
gives
stuff.
your teammates information that you would want to give them
Right.
as a player.
Like think about callouts in like competitive Overwatch, right?
Yeah.
This condenses it down to a single mouse click.
literally a mouse
and-
click or a
and
button
automates
press.
it. It's ridiculously in depth.
That
I
sounds
love it.
sick
Yeah.
as hell.
Genji.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't look like Genji at all.
She Genji. She's got. I'm just looking at the character
You
designs.
looking at
They're
Wraith?
driving me insane.
Okay,
Wraith?
Wraith is Genji.
No. Wraith is
Pathfinder
Brigitte. Have you not seen people? She has like a rally to me things.
Yeah.
People were like, "Oh,
Pathfinder
it's
is
Brigitte."
Bastion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that's the way they play. I'm just saying like Mirage
Visually.
it looks like Lucio. Lifeline is like Mercy with Tracer.
Yeah.
Gibraltar is Reinhardt.
Yeah.
Caustic is Soldier 76.
Caustic is actually Soldier 76
Okay.
because it's voiced by the same guy.
Well, there you go.
Jesus, I wonder what he felt. Bloodhound is Junkrat, and Bangalore is maybe like
Zarya.
Zarya, you think?
Zarya.
Okay. Yeah, I can see Zarya.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah, but I like the fact that the roster's small right now.
Yeah, it's a small roster, but they're all very diverse looking.
Do you think
Yeah.
Do you think it'll create that same issue where you're going to start lacking focus, or you're going to overdevelop the meta?
Everything I've
and stuff
seen
like that?
about
if they
and
increase
this is
the
why I'm
roster.
excited about this game. It's made by Respawn, okay, and like the way they handled Titanfall 2, given the hand they were dealt with its release window and all that,
Titanfall 2 was put out to die.
but it's not. And
Somehow.
and that's because it's a really good game. If you
That
like
helps.
Apex, go play Titanfall. It's like Apex on steroids, right? And secondly, they have really good community support. All the patches post-launch have been free. All DLC has been free for all players, right? There's been no like segmenting of the player base. They've kept it very, very focused, right?
Because segmenting your player base is the dumbest thing you could do.
Yeah, PUBG.
Sure.
Yeah,
Smile.
Yeah.
smile.
I still don't think that PUBG is that bad for it, but
No.
they
What did PUBG actually do?
should have focused. They should have
out of
focused
the loop.
more on their core
yeah.
product.
So anyways, this is a game.
I see what you mean, yes.
This is a game with a really good AAA developer behind it with AAA production values, and it fixes basically every problem I have the battle royale genre. You understand
You
why
think you're going to be playing it for a while?
I'm going to play it for a while, definitely.
Nice.
The one thing I wish that they had kept from Titanfall was the movement mechanics, but they're way better than most other battle royale
Like
games
polished,
already.
or-
Yeah, they're polished. Like, so there's no wall running, right?
Okay,
a
that's
lot
fine.
of like the movement options.
climb.
You can climb. Yeah.
Not just
Remember
jump,
how
but
it
can you
took
climb?
like
You can climb,
a
yes.
year and a half for PUBG to get jumping over a fence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you can do that, and and I can see like a lot of really advanced movement possible with the engine because there's a slide mechanic that you kept from Titanfall, and there's like almost like a hill ski kind of thing that's built into the
Okay.
game. So like you go faster down ramps, so you can control your speed that way, right?
Oh, it's like
It's like Tribes.
exactly.
it's like Tribes, yes.
I miss Tribes.
It's like Tribes.
Oh, I miss Tribes.
So
a
it
lot.
combines a lot of really good ideas into one
Sure.
package.
I
That's
like it.
free. Yeah,
I might try it.
No,
mean, it's
honestly,
free to play,
go
so-
play it.
I'm going to go play it for sure.
Oh,
Already people are like, I can't wait for the mass exodus of Overwatch players into Apex. Like, this is finally
It's
the
stealing
battle
players
royale.
from Fortnite. It's number one game currently.
Yeah.
so
Well, I mean, Fortnite stole all of its players from Realm. Of
Yeah,
course,
but listen,
Realm
that's
stole
high-res.
literally all of its players from Fortnite, so Fortnite was just getting them back.
Hi-Res put the coffin in their own game as far as Realm Royale is concerned.
okay. I have nothing to say other than like I don't know. It's everyone's stealing.
278,000 viewers currently on Apex Legends. League of Legends 273,000. So yeah, it's the next big
It's
thing.
the next big thing.
If this
Nice.
funds Titanfall 3, a proper Titanfall 3, I am all for it. At first, I was really skeptical.
Now you're just
Yeah.
dreaming.
Now I'm just, yeah, true.
Now you're just like my hopes are
Fingers
dreams.
crossed.
It's early in the day.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Something that off of games that I thought was going to be interesting. So DC is going to release their own version of what Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is going to be like. They're going to release a Batman Beyond animated movie.
Driving home
man.
from Spider-Verse, I looked at Dio and I was like, you know what needs this kind of treatment, Dio? Batman Beyond.
Did you actually say that?
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
It's actually a really good universe for it. I love
It's
Batman
so good.
Beyond.
Batman Beyond was awesome.
Yeah.
And if it got the kind of artistic animated treatment that Spider-Verse got,
Like
first thing
that
I'd say is
level
that
of-
it stole it from Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
The second thing I would say is about goddamn time.
Batman Beyond is my second favorite Batman series beyond the animated
After
series.
the anime series, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so
That'd
good.
be almost sick, yeah.
I can agree with that as well.
If it nails down that animation level of
I want it to be
Spider-Verse
good.
and that
I
music,
want it.
wow, like that art direction.
Yeah.
Honestly, even if it had its original art direction and animation,
It'd be still
If it-
pretty good. But
it'd
you just
still
up
be
the
really
budget,
good.
so you get
up the budget, get better music, get better
I don't know. You
more
did, like,
animation, maybe
that postmodern, like, I don't know what to call it, but remember like the theme song, like
The intro, yeah, it's so
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Well, if they did more of that, I'd like it. They just need to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
You know,
let me down, DC.
The entire show had this kind of like you ever watch late night MTV, like those
Yeah.
animated
Yeah.
shorts? It had
Yep.
that kind of feel to it.
It did.
It nailed down its theme very
Yeah,
well.
it
It
really,
really
did. Yeah,
did.
like
So.
like Aeon Flux. You
Yes.
watch Aeon Flux
Ooh,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
watch
yeah,
Aeon
yeah.
Flux and then watch Batman Beyond, and you will see the similarities like right
Yeah.
away. It's
But-
just got this like really weird dystopia yet not kind of vibe to it. I don't know.
Oh,
And honestly-
future Gotham was totally a dystopia.
Yeah, it was dystopia.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm way happier to know that there's like it's thought of maybe exclusively as an animated feature because I don't know how well Batman Beyond would translate
would not.
into
Okay,
live action.
the
Like, I
one
just
thing
don't see it.
DC needs to stop fucking doing is taking their side characters and trying to make shows out of them.
Yeah, they really do need to
Right?
stop doing it. It doesn't work.
Like, yeah,
Wait, like what? Like
like
who are they?
like the Titans live action.
but that's
TV
like
series.
that's Teen Titans.
That's that's Teen Titans, but
Is it
like
not? Like Teen Titans is no. I'm saying that Teen Titans is literally a show comprised of side characters.
Yeah.
essentially.
yes,
But that's a pretty good. It was a pretty good show.
yes, it was. So they made a live action of it where everyone's now an emo.
Oh,
And it
no.
doesn't work. And it's not good.
Robin hates Batman. And there's it's rated A, so or M or whatever,
It's
and so there's swearing and all that.
disappointing.
Yeah,
It's so
This is the
disappointing.
first I've heard of it, and it already sounds awful.
it's awful.
It's really bad.
horrible. Yeah,
That's
So-
why no one's
I heard
talking about it.
Gotham did okay, but
Gotham
is
did
just
okay. Yeah, but I mean, like those are
Batman Origins essentially.
make it fit. You know, like okay, because Gotham follows Commissioner Gordon as like a beat cop, and then it's like that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
like
the
it
way I wanna
works
see
in
it.
a
Batman
live
Origins.
action.
Yeah.
It works in a live action setting because you can totally
Yeah.
like cop
You can
dramas.
tell that film noir.
Yeah.
Film noir cop drama is like a film noir cop drama is like a very like tried and true like format
Right.
for.
Take a cop drama, but make it hard for him to walk.
Right.
And also
Quap drama.
and then make it a Batman. No. Like either way, if it gets the same kind of treatment, it's going to be amazing. If it
Yeah.
doesn't, then it's just going to be another DC fail. Which
Yeah.
is like
Oh,
at this
but-
point, you have to be like
par
so
for the course.
desensitized.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're so desensitized that it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, because I mean, they have their big superheroes that get those the huge live action movies, right? So it's like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. what's
Angela's
gonna
dying because the door farted.
Anyways, yeah. So it's they can do their live action stuff right with the big stuff, but I mean,
I don't.
it's kind of weird for them to start trying to like translate all their side characters into like you
Like
know,
all the side stories, all the side
into
series.
live action TV, right?
In
Like
My,
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
only problem that I can already foresee with this Batman Beyond movie is that I don't know what the story, like what timeline we're talking about and which storyline.
it doesn't matter. It just
Totally matters because
Right, something
you have
like
the difference
Spider-Verse
between-
where-
the difference
yeah.
between Spider-Verse and Batman Beyond in that sense is
Yeah.
like starting off with Miles Morales is
a good idea.
it's a very strong
Yeah.
starting point. Whereas when you're talking about Terry, it's
Yeah.
it's a very like a lot of people don't know who Terry is.
What if
Like,
they-
that's just the truth.
Yeah, they can't really make it too comical either because Batman Beyond was dark and serious,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
There's really
Yeah.
not a like there's not that much material to work with, but you almost have to do an origin because again you have to introduce.
okay, actually, now that I think
it,
about it, Lego Batman movie was very close to what Spider-Verse was, where it was kind of just like a coverage of all the different types of Batman, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah, it was all the side characters of Batman and stuff. I don't know. It was, but I would really kill to see like a complete like crossover, kind of like how Spider-Verse was, though,
Yeah.
where I get to see like 1960s Batman team up with
Adam
Michael.
West Batman.
Yeah, Adam West Batman,
I don't think
1960s Batman.
that's not the goal. I don't think like
I don't think so either.
Bringing back
but
Adam
it doesn't
West
stop me
Batman
from
is always the
wanting
goal.
it.
I don't really want to see other Batmans working with Batmans. Like Batman,
you don't wanna see-
Batman is like Gary Busey.
You don't want
He
to
works
see
alone unless he has a Robin.
You don't want to see like Adam West style Batman interacting with Michael Keaton style Batman.
Good Lord, no.
That would be
No, I
great.
really
What are you
don't.
talking about? That'd be awesome.
I really don't because Michael Keaton was like
Save
I-
it for the Christmas special.
like I have many opinions on the Batmans and Like, no, I super don't want to see that. like superhero level size. I do not want to see that.
Okay.
Yeah. And how much time we got left? A little bit?
Like 20 minutes.
20 minutes, okay.
We can talk about shirts for 20 minutes.
We can talk about shirts for 20 minutes. We can talk about other stuff. But actually, something that I thought was... Have you seen it? Have you seen the shirts?
Yeah, they look awesome.
So Pokemon Company teamed up with a Japanese designer, Original Stitch, to release these, like, Pokemon designed dress shirts.
They're dress shirts.
They're, like, tailored dress shirts.
If you're, like, 30 or 40...
And you're going to work...
You could go to a meeting... You could, like, have your tie going on. You could go to the meeting. You could put on a sweet presentation. You could tell people all about the TPS reports. And it would...
Jesus.
It would be, like, 5 minutes into the meeting.
Yeah.
The intern in the back of the room just raises their hand and they're like, is that Bulbasaur? And that's how awesome these shirts are.
They are so well designed. They're like, it's very...
Oh,
well,
I love
some
that.
of them are subtle,
Yes,
some
I
of
love
them are a
that.
little
That's
bit
awesome.
more overt.
Yes.
You haven't seen them before, Alfred?
I haven't. I'm just
They
seeing
are-
them now, and it's awesome.
I'm looking at these now, and I'm like,
they're
wow.
they're on the expensive side. They're like $90 a shirt.
They're stupidly expensive, and that's what stopped me from pre-ordering any.
I thought
I was
about
going to be
getting-
like, yo, I want this, and the other thing. And then I was like, oh, wow, fucking
Is it only-
$100 a pop.
Is it only Gen 1?
Oof.
It's just Gen 1, right?
I think there was a few Gen 2 Pokemon in there, wasn't there?
Okay, yeah. I think it's I think it's mostly Gen 1. Okay. Oh, that's kind. What is? Okay, that's not. Oh, that is Pokemon. That's Charmanders.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I like this a lot, yeah.
Original Stitch, from my understanding, is like they're a regular, custom tailoring company, and like they make good products overall, anyways. But this collaboration is like next level. You realize that your fans are also 30 years old and approaching their 40s perhaps, and they're in a working environment. This is a really cool product. This would be a great... I wish they released news and actual product earlier, because this would have been an amazing Christmas gift.
I love.
I know, right?
Yeah, I kind of love stuff like this where it's like subtly nerdy, right? Where it
hides your power level.
Yeah, hides your power level. Yeah, no, it takes the art form and like makes it like artistic instead of saying screaming "I'm a fan." Rather, it's like this looks good on you.
Yeah.
I love that.
I wish I could find a whole thing. I can only see
finding some. They have some good images on their Instagram, actually.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yo, that polyroll.
Yeah, the
so
polyroll
cute.
shirt is
so cute.
It's so adorable.
Yeah, but it's professional AF. I like that.
It's cute.
That's totally unisex, right? Like
Yeah, like anybody could wear this to work.
yeah, a girl wearing a blouse with that design is just like that's so adorable.
Yep. We're out of stuff. No, we have one more topic. Can I bring it up?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. I'm still
Okay.
looking at Pokemon shirts though.
How disappointed were you that SpongeBob didn't play at the Super Bowl?
I was not disappointed at all because I didn't think they were going to do it anyways. And when I heard that they sort of did it, I was like, this is exactly what I expected when they say
That's the worst thing you could have done was just give a tease.
I know, it's totally
and,
garbage.
yeah,
but
it's
screw 'em,
like
right? Like I just don't. I don't.
either
I
you
wasn't
do or you
disappointed 'cause
don't.
I expected nothing.
Yeah.
I expected nothing, and I'm still disappointed.
Pretty much, right?
Either you do nothing or you just don't acknowledge it, right? But like they acknowledged it and then didn't do
it's
nothing, right? So it's like, come on.
Rams fans paid $7,000 to go see a Maroon 5 concert and a field goal.
Yep, pretty much.
A really shitty Maroon 5 concert.
Actually, the worst Super Bowl
Halftime show.
Probably.
possible. No, not even just the halftime show. Like, the halftime show was bad too, but the actual
you
game
can't
was boring.
follow up Left Shark.
The actual game itself was boring.
I don't know. Lady Gaga flying onto stage was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I actually have no idea when Left Shark was.
That was,
that
several,
2 or 3 years
several
ago?
years ago
Yeah,
at this
several
point.
years ago.
Yeah.
This is like 7.
I don't
6 or
pay
7
attention
years
to
ago, I
sports ball.
Yeah.
I actually didn't realize it was Super Bowl Sunday until halfway through my work shift that day.
Oh my gosh.
No, just Adam Levine shirtless is something nobody wanted.
Nobody asked for it.
Nobody asked for it. Nobody asked. It was like the most cookie cutter pop performance ever.
My bad. Super Bowl 2015. That was Left Shark.
That
Yep.
was Left Shark?
It was 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I guess. Yeah.
I just always attribute longer times. I was just like, it seems so long ago. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
guess-
was but a young lad when Left Shark graced the stage.
Yeah, I guess there's like memes from the Super Bowl that pop up. This is the only time that there was a meme that popped up that actually wasn't in the show. You know, like previously was Left Shark. It was like something stupid on stage. It was so unremarkable. But you have
It
to
was
remark on
just
something
nothing
that didn't
happened.
happen. Yeah.
Nothing happened. The whole game, the whole halftime show was just nothing.
Yeah.
SpongeBob song sees 566% stream increase post Super Bowl.
Holy.
Like people just started looking up the song and listening to it. It is a fun song. I
No,
actually
they
watched
were
it.
they were
Oh, it's
freaking
great.
smart though
So
because Nickelodeon put that video out, like
Yeah.
the official clip from the episode,
yeah.
a week before the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
knowing that.
They were going to do it because they had the
Yeah.
arrangement. They obviously had
Yeah,
a
yeah.
contract signed.
So-
I actually own like the first 7 seasons of SpongeBob, and I watched it. I like not because of the Super Bowl or anything. I was just going through the first 2 seasons, I think, and I just happened to get that episode, and I'm like, this is a sweet like.
That is the most memorable episode to me because it's the one time Squidward wins.
Yep, that's true.
true.
It's
one of
the
the few
one
times.
time Squidward wins in life, and
And that's how the show. It's how that episode ends too. Is
Yeah.
like he's
It's
just like hell yeah.
it's
like,
perfect. It's the '80s freeze frame.
Yeah.
there's an '80s freeze frame.
Exactly.
Oh my
That's
god,
That's how the episode ends. It's a great episode.
It's a great episode. It's probably the best episode because
Yeah.
how many quotes did we get from that? There was Sweet Victory. There was the whole like thing where Squidward talks about how his soul's been crushed
Yeah.
and is mayonnaise an instrument.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
No, Patrick. Mayonnaise is not an instrument.
Jesus.
There's the like sad '90s kid meme where it's like when we all grew up, we were all SpongeBob, but as we got older, we all became Squidward.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah.
That idiot SpongeBob. Yeah, I watched a lot, and I can do an okay.
That's a pretty good Squidward.
That was pretty good. I won't lie.
Angelo's Patrick was pretty good.
SpongeBob.
Spoilers.
My name's not Red. Now I just want to have a SpongeBob marathon.
Have
with
you-
guys. It'd be so good.
Do you go on Bikini Bottom Twitter?
Every
no,
now
there's
and
a
then.
Twitter.
No. Okay, it's a Reddit called
It's
Bikini
a
Bottom
Reddit.
Twitter.
Oh,
It's so good.
It's basically
I saw
just
you made me
tweets
sad.
taken out of context
with
to
SpongeBob
be-
screenshots. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Bikini Bottom Twitter. I gotta look this up now.
If you're into Star Wars, go to prequel memes.
Oh god, prequel memes.
If you're into SpongeBob, go to Bikini Bottom
Everyone
Twitter.
knows about prequel memes, though.
Yeah, this is getting there. Oh, it's so good. It's so
Let
good.
me show. Let me see.
It's a communism meme right at the
Yes.
back.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
right at the very top.
Okay, should we wrap up?
We should probably wrap up.
Always finish with communism.
That's that's my
Okay, yeah. Now
philosophy in
I'm
life,
just
yeah.
reading through fucking SpongeBob,
SpongeBob
memes.
memes.
This
Okay, let's
episode
end the
is
show.
evolved.
Let's
Thank
end
you
the
so
show.
much for listening. As always, like, comment, subscribe, share to your friends. We talk about some amazing things
Yeah.
and some less amazing things.
Like SpongeBob.
Yes,
And
which is on both
shirts.
sides. And shirts. We have some events coming up. Look for those announcements on Facebook, please.
Yep.
We weren't able to talk about them today yet because they're not officially released, but they are going to be coming soon,
Yep.
as well as our guest announcements coming out as well.
I hope you appreciated our slow news week.
Yeah, it was a slow news week. That's all it was.
Buy all the Otafest tickets with the money you're not spending on Pokemon shirts.
Thank
Yeah.
you for listening. We'll see you. That was Alfred with the SpongeBob laugh. On that note, have a great day, listeners. Take care.